Well, this is an interesting turn of events. The Walt Disney Company and Marvel Studios to educate actors to placate to communist China. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously just virtue signaling through and through from multiple angles. I mean, actors in general just virtue signal, and they're constantly jumping on the next big thing. But this is virtue signaling in the completely opposite direction. It's a case of, well, we must please communist China because we need to release movies in China, which they've just lifted their ban on, their sort of de facto Hollywood ban, which I guess this aligns with that. Now, this isn't from any weirdos. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. This isn't just some out there rando making a statement. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. This is just an article that I have found over on Banning into Comics. Now, I always find these kind of elements just ever so revealing, and they truly are. They really do reveal, I guess, what I would call the depths of depravity within Hollywood. It's that kind of nonsense of, well, we just need a virtue signal for the cash, And I understand that they're a business, but if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And these individuals don't stand for anything. They don't have a backbone. And this is what I've said many times before, is that actors are worse than prostitutes. Not that there's anything, wrong with prostitution, I guess, if you want to look at it from a moral standpoint. But these individuals they are lower rung in the sort of pecking order, because they will do anything for money. They pretend to be other people for money. And this is that as well. We live in the Western world. They'll sit there, they'll have security around them. They want to be better than everyone else. They think that they are better than everyone else. They lecture you. And then they'll placate to communist China, which is not good, obviously. Renowned racists. There are literally places in China, no blacks, etc. There's a genocide of Uyghur Muslims. And that, I can say, is confirmed, at the very least, from a UK perspective. And we've out and out said it in our parliament. If other countries don't want to admit that that's going on, that's on them. But from this side of stuff, yeah, not good. So let's take a look at this. Like I said, it just reveals what I say, the depths of depravity within Hollywood. And it really is. We will do anything for cash. So a new report claims that the Walt Disney Company and Marvel Studios will begin educating their actors and executives in order to placate to communist China to ensure the release of future films in the country, because they've lifted their de facto ban. And they obviously want to keep that going, that sweet money, ladies and gents. The report comes from the Hollywood Reporter's Kim Masters and Alex Weprin, as they covered an investor battle inside the Walt Disney Company, pitting current CEO Bob Iger against former Marvel executive Ike Perlmutter and hedge fund manager Nelson Peltz, who wants a seat on Disney's board. So it's a part of a wider, larger thing. And Ike Perlmutter is just a very interesting character in and unto himself. But anyway, amid the report, Masters and Weprin claim that future Marvel films will not feature any Chinese villains, but that the talent will be well schooled to watch their words. I mean, that's rather, I don't know, it's rather damning language, isn't it? Actors, the talent, will be well schooled to watch their words. I mean, the wording on that alone is, some 1984 level elements there. It's very, very scary almost. It's you can't have an opinion which goes outside the narrative. And this is what we find with Hollywood in general. It's the narrative, the message, the agenda. But now this is going to flip side over to, placating to communism. Not really good. It's not a good look. It doesn't look good. So anyway, this report comes after the Walt Disney Company's official Chinese social media accounts announced that Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania secured theatrical releases in China. Although, just in saying that, there's a funny typo here. It says Anti-Man and the Wasp, which I guess that film is probably Anti-Man and the Wasp, isn't it? Let's be honest, because it'll be women taking over the role of Ant-Man, so it will be Anti-Man. But anyway, I do like a good misspeak every now and then. They are funny. Anyway, the Hollywood Reporter's Patrick Brzezinski reported on January 17th, Marvel shared the surprise news Tuesday over its official Chinese social media accounts. The two titles will be the very first movies of Marvel's Phase 4 to screen in China. as the last approved theatrical releases from the studio were Spider-Man Far From Home and Avengers Endgame, way back in early mid-2019. I am genuinely surprised that Black Panther Wakanda Forever will be releasing in China, again, predominantly because racism is alive and well in China. We talk about racism in the Western world. I mean, that's absolutely nothing by comparison to what is going on in other countries. So yeah, not great. But anyway, friend of the channel, Yellow Flash, good dude, please do go and check out his channel, commented on this report from the Hollywood Reporter indicating Disney and Marvel stars will be educated to not offend communist China. What a loser move this is, he says, which is completely true. And we saw this, in fact, with John Cena, when he sort of came out and, he was talking about, I think it was Taiwan or something like that. And then he came out and apologised like an absolute bitch. Because he was forced to apologise because he didn't want to offend anyone. It's not offending anyone, it's that they want that sweet, sweet money. And it is just pathetic. It's a loser move, it's weak, beast shit, and it's all in the effort for cash. Again, you stand for nothing, you'll fall for everything. So he continued, Yellow Flash says, it's always Disney that does this shit. It is. Disney's always willing to step back. This is all about making as much money as possible, and I would rather these companies not do this, not bend the knee to this country because they don't really like us. It's not that, again, Yellow Flash is actually choosing his words quite carefully here. China hates the Western world. The Chinese Communist Party specifically. I'm sort of talking about Chinese people, just as an FYI. This isn't me being racist towards Chinese people at all. I mean, I'm currently literally in Asia. And it's wonderful out here. It's absolutely, it's wonderful. I couldn't be having a better time. But Chinese Communist Party is disgraceful. There's no two ways about it. It is utterly disgraceful. It's not what you want spread around the world. You don't want to placate to those kind of individuals. It's essentially the polar opposite to the Western world. And like I said, it's not a case of, well, they don't really like us. It's that they hate us. The Chinese Communist Party does hate the Western world, and they're very calculated, very cold in their actions, and it's not good by any stretch of the imagination. Anyway, Yellow Flash continued and says, and making our movies less patriotic or changing things to make China happy just seems kind of backwards to me. It seems kind of backwards. And other companies are moving forward saying, we don't really care that much. And then you've got Disney just salivating at the fact of censoring their own shit so they could get it out in that country, which is completely true. I mean, it's just a case of, we got no morals, a bit of money, we'll do it, who cares? And then, he commented about John Cena as well. So, I mean, there's not really too much else really to go into about this. It's just a shame, you're going to have actors and talent, the talent, schooled on what to say and how to say it, just to please, essentially, people that absolutely hate you. Great, cool, love it. What a fantastic turn of events this has become. Ridiculous. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below. Love to hear any and all of your thoughts. Just as an FYI for anyone wondering what's going on with live streams, they will start again next week. I thought I was going to be able to live stream out here, but it turns out that the internet is not strong enough to sort of, I mean, I could probably live stream by myself, but with a host of other people, probably not. And I don't want to risk it. So in terms of, putting on a shit show for everyone, I don't want to do that. So apologies. But yeah, live streams will continue next week, Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m. UK time. That's about like 4 p.m. Eastern time, I think, something like that, 4 or 5 p.m. So anyway, guys, thanks so much. Take care.